Okay, tonight we're going to make some astronaut ice cream. This is the Lyophillizer. We're down to about 1 atmosphere. It's going to drop down to a little bit more. I'm about minus 120 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 62 degrees Celsius on this scale here. You can see we're at about 1 atmosphere. We started at atmosphere over here. Yeah. We're about half an atmosphere. We're going to take some regular old marshmallows. I dated them at today's date, 125. We're going to throw them in here. Now what you're going to see, and here's a couple of big ones. Now I've frozen these ones. So these ones are going to have a different effect than the ones that are just at atmosphere. So, now, what you're going to see here is a demonstration of what would happen to an astronaut, or what would happen to you if you were in an airplane and the cabin pressure is compromised. What would happen is you would go from the ambient atmosphere inside the aircraft and just watch what happens. This is a pretty neat experiment. Whoops. Okay. This is pretty cool. Put this in here. This is pretty neat. Again, this is what would happen to you if you were in a spacecraft or if you were in an airplane and the cabin pressure is compromised. This is how I made
a spacecraft, and it does, you're going to evaporate.
What? Well, what would happen? Here's what will happen to you. We're at about 1.5 atmospheres. Now this is what would happen to your body. Ready?
Well, it's good to see it, but I know what happened.
See that?
Yeah.
That's exactly what had happened to your body.
It explodes, and all your moisture, you boil.
Everything would come out of you.
Everything you boil inside.
You boil. Exactly.
Now, just like I boiled the water out of your vacuum. Now your vacuum went up now. See, you'll have to wait till it goes back down.
And we're going to bring it back up. And when we bring the vacuum back up and we expose it to the atmosphere again, these things are they're going to collapse. They'll collapse. And this is what would happen to your body in space. We're coming up. We're almost to about 1/2 atmosphere. I could let this thing run all day and never hit 30. You know?
Oh no, you ain't gonna get 30.
No, we're never gonna get 30 out of it.
Ain't no vacuum pump full of 30.
No. But this is just give you an idea. You ready for this? That's what would happen to your body in space. And you just shrivel up and you just... Now, what I'll do is I'll just let the machine run, and eventually all of the moisture will be taken out of these marshmallows, and they'll be hard as a rock.
Yeah, they'll boil it all out.
They'll boil it all out, they'll be hard as a rock, and that's how we made astronaut ice cream. So,
that's why I do the refrigeration. I boil all the moisture out of it.
Boil all the moisture out of it, there it is, and it becomes as hard as a rock. So that's how we make astronaut ice cream. The next time you go to NASA, you'll be able to say, hey, I know how they did that. It's with a lyophilizer, a freeze dryer. And there's your astronaut ice cream, ladies and gentlemen. From Green Mountain Lab, Dr. Joe. Good night.